Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. It's just Nick sitting in right now. We couldn't get the group together to record in a roundtable this week, so we figured we'll get a little phone call. It's going to be me. I'm going to call Donovan, and we're going to break down Raw, SmackDown, kind of everything that happened this week. Maybe get into a little bit of Halftime Heat. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at PWLookBack on both of those. Give us a follow. Give us a subscribe on YouTube, on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify. Wherever you get your podcasts, pretty much. Check out the website as well, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with us, or just send us a DM on Twitter or Instagram, whatever works better for you guys. We appreciate everybody listening to the shows as of late. We've been, trying to put out some new stuff. We got something different coming out this weekend. Stay tuned for that. A bit of a different look back that we haven't really done before, but, we got to keep it different for everybody, right? We got to keep trying different stuff. So we appreciate everybody so far that has checked out the show. But with all that being said, I guess you can check out me on Twitter as well, at Salsa, SCELSA. Check out Donovan at JustDon44, and Younger is at ZJVY93. I think that's pretty much everything. If you want to hit 5 stars on iTunes, we'd appreciate that as well. Give us a comment. Let us know how we've been doing. With all that being said, like I said, it's a lot of saids, but I'll get to Donovan. Make this conversation a little bit better. All right, it's Nick, and we're back. I'm sitting here with
Qui-Gon Don.
Wagwan Don, is that what you said?
Qui-Gon Don.
Oh,
your
Qui-Gon
Jinn. Got this kind of new hairdo I'm rocking with. So
yeah, your new hairdo is pretty Jedi. I got to be honest.
It's pretty Qui-Gon, isn't it?
It is Qui-Gon Jinn. It's definitely Jedi. I don't know if it's specifically Qui-Gon Jinn, but maybe this episode is being broadcasted through the stars. This is a.
Man.
Well, we're getting you on the phone. We figured, we couldn't get the group together in studio, so studio shed, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it these days.
Yeah.
So we figured, why not just put something out? This might not be as long as normal. We'll see how it goes, but got Don on the phone, and I'm here in studio, so we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I already spat out all the stuff at the beginning. I think I told them your Twitter and stuff. I don't know if people listen to that. Let me know what you think, because, man, recording but something by yourself is not the same as recording with people around. Because it was different. I don't know. I got to be honest. It felt weird. It felt really weird.
Is it a different vibe in the studio right now?
Well, yeah, I got to be honest. That, too. I was just about to say, you kind of took the words from me, because it's weird looking around at the chairs and there's no one here. It's just me, lonely. And you know what's funny? I almost did it, but I don't know. I'm saving it for the day that I have my own name at the beginning of the show. I'm all like fucking dressed up, bro. I got the chain and the fucking nice Hilfiger sweater on. I have no idea why. I just seen it sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll put that on since nobody's coming over.
Just to impress
myself, I guess. I don't know. Where do you want to start here with this week of pro wrestling? I think we should start somewhere near the Super Bowl, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Good. Halftime Heat this past week. I watched it. I had the Super Bowl on. I think I had Netflix on because I got 2 TVs going, and I think I was watching.
Oh man, you didn't want to watch Maroon 5 and Travis Scott?
Well, I didn't even want to watch the game. I kind of had the game on in the background to say I was watching to keep up with the score. But then, yeah, let's just say I left the TV on mute when Maroon 5 came on the TV, and then I switched my Netflix over to YouTube and tuned into the old Halftime Heat. And I got to be honest, Don, it was pretty cool. The vibes were different. Yeah. Like, they filmed it at the PC, the Performance Center. I don't know if I'm allowed to call it the PC. I don't attend.
I heard that. I heard something about their friends and family. Was that the crowd? Like, it wasn't a majority. Did they actually let people in, or?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if they let anybody in at all, but I know like the majority of it was, probably people training to be wrestlers that we've never heard of yet, and then their friends and family, and then like Adam Cole and them's friends and family. I don't know, but I know they had a big like Super Bowl kind of party at the PC, the Performance Center. That's got to be a running joke now. And
the PC.
Yeah. I seen Matt Riddle say it the other day, and I'm like, I bet you they all just, that's a thing. But anyway, yeah, they were all kind of there, and they had a Super Bowl party with, like, you know, food and shit, and they watched the game before and then did the match, and then I guess continued watching the game afterwards. I got to be honest, as far as like the whole idea to do the show, I thought it was fantastic. Like, not just because of the Maroon 5 thing. It's more just, it was a good idea. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that, like me, that would rather watch that, and it's just more wrestling. Like, sure, yeah, okay, it's on YouTube for free. Yeah. Sure, I'll check it out. And I enjoyed it. I don't know. What do you think about, because I know you didn't watch it, but what was your thoughts on them doing it in the first place? Like, did you think it was a good idea? Yeah, no, I definitely think it's a good idea, because, I mean, there's people like myself who I don't watch, like, football, and the odd time I might watch the Super Bowl, I didn't even watch it this year. So it's like, I might just, like you said, it's more wrestling. So me as a wrestling fan might just be like, oh, well, this is on. I might as well just check it out anyway, right? No, totally. I think, honestly, maybe in the future, this just hit me now. I think it would be cool to continue to do it, and maybe if they're going to maybe do something special on this night, like a champion versus champion match from each brand or something. Like, imagine we got to see, I don't know, an AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, and they're both their respective brands champions. Like, I think something like that would be cool. Totally. I mean, I think that might be, we might have to build to that. I think that's, for asking, this is just my own opinion. I think that's asking a little much right off the bat. Maybe even, I like where you're going though. Like, maybe a Johnny Gargano versus Buddy Murphy, or a Pete Dunne versus a Tommaso Ciampa. I like where you're going. I just think they probably would have stuck with those kind of lower four brands that they're rolling with now. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm curious if they're gonna stick with the NXT crew or move around to some of the main roster guys too. If they continue doing that in the future, you mean with next year and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good point. And I know you didn't watch the old one either, and I didn't even realize that they had done this in the past. Do you know, I know you talked a little bit about the build up kind of to that one. Do you want to speak on any of that? I mean, we don't have to go into it if you don't want to, but I just figured. Well, I know it was The Rock and Mankind, Mick Foley, and I believe it was for the title too, and this was during their feud, and it was in it was an empty arena, like it was an empty arena match, which I've heard of before. I just didn't realize that was the halftime Heat show. You know what I mean? I didn't. Yeah, neither did I until recently, actually. Yeah. Oh, okay. And was this the same feud with the whole, him smacking him with the chair a million fucking times in the handcuffs and shit? Yes, exactly. I believe this was a little bit before that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Same feud, but yeah, overall, I guess, I don't know. I didn't want to speak too much on the past one. I just thought it was cool that they did it again, and I didn't know, like you said either, we didn't know that match took place at Halftime Heat. But the match itself, from my perspective, was really good, but, excuse me, I don't know how I don't want to discredit anybody here. Like, this storytelling, to me, it was just kind of a spot fest. Like, it's not that it wasn't a good match. It was really one of those matches where everybody's just kind of getting their spots in and they're putting on a show, which I guess at the end of the day, it's a halftime fucking free wrestling show. So that's all. You shouldn't expect too much. But that was the only thing I noticed. It was very predictable in the sense that you kind of assume the babyfaces were going to go away with it, and I don't know. I kind of thought maybe that they were going to develop something with that since they started it on a pay-per-view or after a pay-per-view or whatever. I guess it wasn't on TV, so it didn't count. Yeah, I guess it was all for this thing. I had a question for you too. Would you want to see like a big feud involved in the, like, say they do it next year, like, for example, you know how we had Rock and Foley in the past, and I believe it was for the title. Let's say they do something like that, but with the NXT guys. Like, would you want to see maybe a title on the line in this halftime show? Or yeah, again, if it's, I mean, they'd have to, I think, build it up a little longer than they built up this one, because it was only a week or two out. Yeah. But yeah, so maybe if they built it up a little longer, and yeah, they kept it NXT or a little bit lower. I don't think you could put a WWE title on the line. I mean, I guess they did. They did it back then. Well, yeah. But it's more just because you're kind of taking away from. Well, why am I like? it doesn't seem that important to me. If it's just in between, it's just a side dish of the football.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want it to come across like I, don't like the idea of it. It's just I don't want the football to be so much more prestigious and that it's like, oh, we're just gonna get this old WWE title match while the players rest and while Maroon 5 does their thing.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how it maybe tied in before and how people felt about it
back then.
Yeah, in saying all that.
Yeah, I should take a deep dive down my fucking Wade Keller shit, see what he said back then.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I guess that's pretty much it we can say for sorry.
Was Shawn Michaels on commentary or something? Or
actually, I tweeted that out on the PW LookBack Twitter account, just kind of with the big bulging eyes, like, holy man, I didn't know this was happening, and it was cool. He was very hokey though, I got to be honest.
Who was doing it with him?
I believe, don't quote me, I believe it's the guy who does 205.
NXT?
No, 205 Live.
Oh, okay.
I don't know his name. You'd know him if you've seen his picture.
Yeah.
Kyle something, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know.
One of the 205 guys. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not Aiden English and not Nigel. Not Aiden English or Nigel McGuinness. Man.
Can you imagine?
Me and Younger were looking for you last week to do that Aiden voice. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't have it inside me to do that. But I was gonna move over from this unless you wanted to there was anything else you wanted to talk about Halftime Heat. I mean,
no.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, actually, before we move on, was there any guys from there that you think are coming up soon, like sooner than later, like before Mania type shit?
So what? On one side we had Adam Cole. Who else was on his team? Sorry.
Gargano and Ciampa, and then
Gargano and Ciampa. Yes. Okay.
Ricochet, Aleister Black, and why is it? Oh, Velveteen.
Yeah. No. I don't think so.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Not yet.
Maybe
I would have thought maybe after the Rumble, but I think they got their hands full right now. It took a while to even see C3 and some of the other people we haven't even seen yet, right? So.
This is very true. I think the Lars Sullivan stuff kind of put a monkey in the not that is an excuse, but I think that's maybe what happened as far as some of their plans with some of those people. Not that really changes anything with Lacey Evans or EC3, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Did you see? I didn't watch any of it, but did you see Velveteen won the Worlds Collide tournament that they had?
I didn't see. I heard about it.
So did I, pretty much. I didn't watch any of the matches, but I mean, shout out to them for doing stuff like that. To me, it's really cool when they have these little brands and they all kind of say, oh, they're all being represented in this tournament with these 4 little brands, or I guess 3 little brands, but you know what I mean. And they're all very distinct in their own way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a good idea. I didn't, like I said, I didn't see it. I don't want to speak too much on it, but shout out to Velveteen. I think he might be one of the guys out of that group that might be on his way to the main roster sooner than him and Aleister, I gotta say.
Yeah, maybe like after WrestleMania, or do you think before?
I was gonna say it before. I don't know which one of them. Maybe not Velveteen and Aleister, but I feel like one of them is gonna show up in that Andre the Giant memorial. As bad as that sounds,
yeah.
Or maybe there's going to be, not that it's, or maybe one of them will win it. You know what I mean? Maybe Ricochet will win it, or something like that. That'll be his debut match. Had they done that? Was that Cesaro's debut back then? No, he was around way before that.
I think Baron Corbin.
No, that wasn't
Corbin.
That wasn't his debut match, was it?
Yeah, on the main show, on the main dance.
Oh yeah, time flies. You're right. That was his his debut match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess with all that we can move on, but I want to kind of stick in the same lane with the NXT 205 and UK stuff. We seen Drew Gulak this week kind of make his way over to NXT. Like I seen on Twitter, he shouted out William Regal, thanks for the invite, and he had a match with Matt Riddle. I didn't get a chance to see the match. I watched a few of the highlights on Instagram and on the line of the match, but I'm more curious of your thoughts on these wrestlers switching sides, and not necessarily being definitively now Drew Gulak is on NXT, but just being able to have these jump arounds with 205 NXT and potentially NXT UK.
Yeah, so was it just like a one-off type of thing, or is he going to be? Do we know if he's going to be there like from now on?
I don't really know. I seen a picture, like a graphic, with him and an NXT logo underneath it, and like I said, he put on Twitter, "Thanks for the invite, Regal." So I'm not really. I'm not really sure. He can definitely fit on NXT, and it's 205. I've been pressing this since day one, since we started the show, man. It just has a bad taste. If they give 205 Live the NXT treatment truly, then it will be, you know what I mean? They'll be competing for viewers in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe not competing against each other, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, it maybe, I guess we'll see what happens, but it sounds like it could have just been a one-off appearance. Kind of like how I feel like Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, some of those UK guys have crossed over on 205 at times and done like a one-off. Yeah, in the earlier stages of it. They
did it a lot with Pete Dunne. He's been everywhere. But I feel like that was them just wanting to show off that fucking belt. Not that it's not a gorgeous belt, but there was an ulterior motive there. But yeah, the match itself, I know you didn't get a chance to see it either. I haven't been keeping up with my NXT in quite a while, but it was good. We can give it away here. Obviously, it was. I think Matt Riddle got the win with an armbar. And it was a hard fought. They shook hands after, and I heard it was pretty, like, I seen somebody tweet, if you want to see two guys beat the shit out of each other, then fucking go watch this match. So I heard it was intense in that way. But
Matt Riddle, he's someone I'm definitely going to look out for. I'm curious to see what he's going to do next, really, in the NXT world.
Yeah, we can talk a bit more about him, actually. I'm curious. Have you seen, this guy's super active on social media.
Yeah, I see him on like Instagram and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just mean I don't know if it's more than other wrestlers or if I just notice it more because I'm a fan now, whereas before I kind of wasn't. But yeah, he's just pretty active. He posts a lot of stuff like trying to get, he's not afraid, you know what I mean? He'll post anything in the sense of kayfabe or like Mark stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't, he's not scared. He'll post pictures of Vince or whatever. He doesn't give a shit. So I respect.
What, was there something in particular that caught your eye?
Yeah, I'd have to pull up my phone and try and get it. I don't know what it was right now, but like it was more than just one thing. It was kind of, I wanted to bring it up because it was a reoccurring thing that I've noticed with him, and it's not that it's not an I don't give a fuck like fire me. It's just like he wants, like he'll tweet at Brock Lesnar and or he'll tweet at WWE and say I want to challenge him or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's been pretty vocal about Brock Lesnar for quite some time though. I think even before he came over
to WWE,
yeah,
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Just give me my Bobby Lashley Brock Lesnar match first, and then I'll be happy. And then sure, anybody line up to fight the big beast.
yeah. I think Lashley. I think it could still happen if done right, and maybe a year's time or something like that. You know.
Yeah, I still want to go back and. Brock's changed, man. I still love the guy, but his wrestling just isn't what it was. Like, you can maybe speak on it. You know the match he had with Cena back in 14 SummerSlam, something like that, when he threw Cena around?
Yep.
How was that as far as like Brock's wrestling? Sorry,
what?
No, I was just gonna say, how was his wrestling? Because I mean, I thought the whole Suplex City thing really started with Roman Reigns at 31 and him just basically doing German suplexes and you know, pumping it up his chest and shit, which is fine, I guess, for the character he's trying to be. I miss him doing all kinds of crazy shit, you know, back in 2002 and 3. It's not that I want to go back and I'm fucking nostalgic and I live in the past. It's just, I know the guy can move like that and I just want to see him do more shit.
Yeah, the Cena match. What was your question? Sorry, just like if he...
I was just curious if it was just like a current Brock Lesnar match in the sense that he just Germaned him the whole time, or was it a proper, more old, you know?
Oh, yeah, no. Honestly, it was worse than this because literally that's all that happened. Like, he literally suplexed him a bunch of times, and like that was pretty much the match. Like, I don't remember Cena getting really any offense, to tell you the truth. Like, that was literally... I mean, this is worse than You know what I mean?
But
Brock,
that was
Brian or Brock AJ. Like there was no. It was very one-sided, and I think it was the story they were trying to tell.
That's what I was going to say.
Like later on, as far as like in the WWE though, like I mean, I enjoyed his a couple of his matches with Triple H. I didn't mind, and I've always spoke really highly about the one with him and CM Punk. I thought that was done really well too. That's probably my all-time favorite that he's done.
Really
coming back, honestly, yeah, is the one with Punk.
I'll have to watch that though, because like I said, I want to watch some more Brock Lesnar doing more stuff in the ring. Type stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got off the train a little bit there. I don't know what we were talking about before, but I think, unless you remember, I think we should kind of switch it up this week in the sense we'll get out more non-WWE stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Not out of the way, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, sounds good, yeah.
We've got, I didn't know if you knew about this. Younger let me know about it, so shout out to Younger. It's happening, when we're recording this, it's 8 p.m. on Thursday, and AEW's having another one of those rallies tonight.
Yes, I heard about this, yeah.
Yeah, at 9 p.m. So...
Oh, nice, okay.
As far as I know, at least, that's what Younger told me. I could be wrong, but I think that's what Younger told me, at least, that it's at 9 p.m. So either way, before, I guess, this happens, can I get one last prediction from you from whether you think Kenny's going to pop up in AEW? Because it could certainly happen tonight.
Oh, yeah. That's very true. I assume they got something to bring out if they're having this rally, right? I assume that there's going to be something. So, yeah, it's probably, if I were to guess, Kenny Omega, or I heard talks about
Pentagon
in Phoenix, so... So maybe that's the news too. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think he could easily pop up tonight. I don't want to spend too much time on it, obviously, because it's happening an hour from now, and the show's going to be released tomorrow. But I just thought it was something we could bring up quick.
Yeah, I heard maybe Sable is going to show up too. So.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking around. I just keep seeing things on the internet of fucking every fucking wrestler is going to AEW. So I just thought I'd throw someone in there too.
Well, that's perfect. It's a perfect little segue then, Don.
Yeah.
I'm starting to just not even know, and I'm starting to want to think this is all fucking a work, man. I'm starting to turn into myself into a little conspiracy theorist here, in the sense that, because now I'm hearing all different types of stuff, and it's Instagram, it's wrestling podcast, it's Twitter, it's fucking 2019 bullshit. So we've got The Undertaker dropping WWE from his Twitter and taking it out, and he's taking bookings now. Apparently he's showing up at the high school gyms, The Undertaker, coming out of the... Yeah, right. I don't know what's going on with this. But first of all, everybody needs to chill, in my opinion. It would slow down. We'll see what happens. But I'm hearing, and shout out to the 20 by 20 podcast, because I listened to them today, and they were talking about the Usos and Randy Orton. Those are two names I had only kind of briefly seen, and they went into it a little bit more. So I was kind of curious. I think we should talk about it a little bit as well. I was just curious. I can't see either one of these guys going anywhere near AEW, and apparently they were offered stuff, or they don't want to stay, or I don't know. Give me your thoughts on this, and then after that, I want to talk more about all these people that are quote-unquote disgruntled or upset or unhappy creatively, or whatever the fucking word is, about, WWE.
Yeah. All right. Well, no, I don't think I think this is all just people stirring the pot and saying shit. Like they've been doing it for weeks now, right? Like we heard, I don't know, I heard Dolph Ziggler, and I've also heard that Dolph Ziggler just signed a new WWE deal. So
yeah.
There goes that, you know what I mean? People were talking about Maria and what's his face?
Mike Kanellis.
Yes, there you go. Talking about them going, and I haven't seen, I don't know, I've seen them active in WWE. I just think people hear one little thing and they like to run with it and try and break a news story or something. Like Undertaker's not going anywhere, and maybe he's getting ready to fucking retire. Did anyone ever think of that? Maybe he's taking bookings because he's going to these Comic Cons and shit, because to quote Don Tony, shout out to that show, WWE's been humanizing him, man. They've been getting people ready for Mark Calloway, for the time that when he does go into the Hall of Fame and he does have to make a speech, or we do get a fucking 4-disc Undertaker DVD with a documentary. They've been humanizing him. Like, he just made this Twitter account recently for a reason, because he's ready. The guy's how old? I don't know. He's ready to fucking retire. He's hanging up the boots.
Forget about how old he is. Look at him in the ring. He looks like I feel bad for him when he wrestles. Like, I want to see one more match, whatever they can do, but I feel bad for the guy when he's in the ring. And as far as everything you just said, I couldn't fucking agree more. I couldn't agree more. They're humanizing him. That's completely right. You know what I mean? They're trying to get people used to seeing him. I mean, he's been showing up in YouTube shoot whatever video, whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know what the whole him doing that is what's making me think that all of this may or may not actually be some kind of trippy, odd, weird storyline that WWE is doing and telling their employees to make the public think, God knows why, that they're all disgruntled with the company. Or maybe it's all to fuck with AEW and make them think that they're getting these people and they're not. God knows. I mean, it's fun for us to talk about. We have a show where we're here to talk about wrestling, so it's fun in that sense and it's fine, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like if Undertaker tomorrow changed his Twitter handle to Mark Calloway, I'm sure the news would, he's gone. He's leaving. Like the news.
Well, it's already. I mean,
I don't know. People are fucked. I don't pay much mind to it, to tell you. I just really don't. Like, when I see something like that, I kind of just move past it. I don't really care.
I don't go too deep down any of these holes either. And if I do, I write it down on my fucking notebook at work and I talk about it here right now. That's about as deep of a dive as I do. But yeah, the only one that I would say I would not loop in that category anymore is Dean Ambrose. Like, I'm convinced that he is leaving. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's gonna do whatever the hell they tell him to do for the next 2 to 3 months, and then he's out. Whether it's AEW or nothing, or New Japan, I don't know. But we'll see.
Can you hear this? Can you hear?
Very, very faintly on the levels.
Snout. That's my snout. That's my snout sniffing around like a hound dog because it smells fishy to me still. You know what I mean? I'm not convinced that Dean Ambrose is leaving, and I'm hoping that maybe the WWE brass has gotten a little smarter, and maybe like this whole thing, even with him losing, everyone probably is going to want to talk to me about him losing quick on Raw to EC3 and stuff with Nia Jax, but his contract isn't up until, or so they say, April?
So they say.
Yeah, no, hey, no, I'm just saying. Maybe
I know.
Maybe for right now, they want to, because they know, man, if Dean Ambrose goes out next week on Raw and loses again quick, they'll be like, he's jobbing out, he's leaving. They know that the people are going to talk, and maybe they're doing this on purpose to make the people think that, so that a little bit down the line, a little bit closer to the time being, who knows what they swerve us with. If something else is going to happen, maybe there's a bigger plan in the works.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good.
And if not, sorry,
no,
I didn't mean to cut. If not, and he does leave, I don't necessarily think he's gonna go show up anywhere in the next. He might just chill out for a bit too. He might just want to take some time and get his shit together, get his head together, maybe just chill, not do any wrestling.
That's what I'm kind of leaning more towards now after having a week or two to really think about it and take it all in. But your thoughts with them and with him in WWE, I mean, it's a good, it's not, I don't want to say theory because that implies that I think it's incorrect, but I think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the only thing for me, which makes me think that, and like you guys spoke a bit about it last week, and I've heard other shows talk about it a bit, but like the fact that they put it out there. I mean, I'm just curious if this is going to be something we see going forward with other wrestlers, just because we don't really get that from them, an official, some type of press release or something from WWE if a guy's leaving.
Yeah, that's what made me think it yesterday so much. It's just, I got to be honest, it's my fandom or listening to or listenership or whatever you want to call it for Wade Keller that's made me stray more on the normal path, I guess, or the less conspiracy path. And that's just because he was the one that dropped it, and he's got sources within WWE, and I just don't understand why they would bring him involved, bring him in, or fool, maybe trick him, you know what I mean? Maybe tell him false information, I don't know. Just to change things. I'm sure that would be something new that he may or may not have experienced. I'm sure he has, but I don't want to talk too much about him. But yeah, it's we'll see what the fuck happens, I guess, man. But I think all these people, not the podcast, I mean the wrestlers, need to, I don't know, just wrestle right now and see what the hell happens. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, I feel like...
Again, maybe I'm giving them too much. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit, thinking that they could come up with some kind of idea like that. So that's just maybe my hopeful thinking, more than anything.
Yeah, no, man, and it's not that I think it's a bad idea at all. It's I don't know. I don't have much more to say because I'm really struggling with this as far as to give you more.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, right? That's all. Just let it play out.
Well, that's just it. There's sometimes I wish I could just sit and watch the TV show and really not know anything else. But we do a show, and I think I have as much fun doing this show and doing the look backs, and we'll see what comes this weekend. Something new for the people, a different type of look back. But I enjoy doing these as much as watching the shows. So it comes hand in hand, I guess. At this point, it's part of the wrestling in the current wrestling scene, right?
Yeah, that's the only place that I differ from it. I mean, I know it's a day and age we live in with internet and rumors and spoilers and contracting. Sometimes I just don't, I'd rather not know. You know what I mean? I'd rather just watch and
totally
see what happens. You know, but whatever. It's either way. We'll see what's going down. Yeah, Mania season, things are gearing up, right?
They certainly are, and we had some breaking news on the PW Look Back here. This is news that only dropped about 20 minutes ago officially. I mean, we had a commercial that we missed on Monday, Don. It's too bad we weren't watching the commercials. Again, shout out to the boys at 20 by 20 who asked me about it, but no, I was not paying attention to the commercials this time. Superstar Shakeup, official, April 15th and 16th. It's going to be taking place in Montreal, or Quebec. I almost said Ontario. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And
really?
Yeah. So it'll be at that show. It'll be in Canada. Maybe, I don't know if that means anything as far as Canadian wrestlers go, but we'll see. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you can give me your thoughts right off the bat. What do you think? But I was more curious, who do you think right away? Who's jumping out at you that's a guaranteed swap?
Sorry, this is after WrestleMania, correct?
Yeah, I believe it's the night after WrestleMania. If not,
okay.
It might not be the night after, but the following week. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Someone who jumps out right away, AJ Styles.
Going to Raw.
Yeah.
That would be, fuck, you'd be making me happy. But that, because I'm a Raw guy. Anybody listening knows that, or has listened knows that. But then,
and I'm definitely a SmackDown guy.
Yeah, so you'd be, I guess that gets him away from your boy Daniel.
Well, he's done a lot over there. He's done,
Well, he built the place, bro. It's a house that AJ Styles built. SmackDown Live, buddy.
Now.
Well,
everybody knows Mr. Dwayne himself. So.
Well, yeah, I kind of look at it as I'm SmackDown Live was kind of built by.
No, AJ's definitely made it great. You know what I mean? He's definitely helped keep things fresh and nice over there. His time over there, his run as champ, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's not that I don't want him to come to Raw. I do. It's just when you say that makes me think there's even more of a less chance that I'm going to get Shinsuke on Raw finally, unless they decide they want to bring both of them over to Raw, which, I mean, I guess it's been a while now since they feuded, but I don't know. What do you think? I don't think Shinsuke's coming if AJ comes.
I don't feel the same about that because I don't, and this is not to discredit Shinsuke, but I don't look at him and AJ in the hand in hand anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
As I once did when they were kind of feuding, or when Shinsuke kind of first popped up on SmackDown. No,
that's definitely true, man. It's a good point to bring up, and unfortunately for myself, but it's true. It is. Yeah, I don't think. No, say. You go.
By that time, we could have Shinsuke and Rusev as a tag team coming over to Raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was talking to you about
different,
that off pod this week. A little bit about Shinsuke and Rusev and that tag team, but yeah, maybe you're right. They could both be coming over at that point with or without belts or see different things. I mean, I guess we're gonna have Seth Rollins probably win the belt at Mania. We'll see what happens in the next couple months, and he'll probably stay on Raw. But what about like a Drew McIntyre coming over to SmackDown and challenging a Daniel Bryan who defended his belt at WrestleMania and kept it? I know we're getting into far-fetched fantasy booking at this point, but it's fun to talk about, and it's breaking news, so we figured we'd talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, well, okay, when you said names that jump out, so definitely I think right away I thought of AJ, and I thought of also one Braun Strowman going over to a SmackDown.
I'd be good with that. I just think he needs a break from Monday Night Raw. He's been...
Yeah.
It's like if Roman was still around, too, I would feel like it would almost be time for him to just show his face a bit on SmackDown, you know?
Yeah. As far as Drew McIntyre is concerned, I don't know. Just my personal... I think he's going to like kind of do his thing over on Raw, maybe.
And
it wouldn't be a bad move for him to go over either, though. Like, I'd be okay with that, too.
I would rather see Drew and Daniel than Drew and Seth. Myself. I don't know. They'd both...
kind of got a bit of that already.
Yeah, and honestly, it sounds dumb, man, but I really can't handle how much they look alike. It's like Elias, too. There's too many of these guys that look the same.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
No. Me and you have talked about that, like you said off pod. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with that. I hear you on that part. When you say it like that, and I think about it, yeah, maybe just send him over for that reason, too.
Yeah, it just wasn't something that they did back in the day, and now you get a lot of guys looking similar, and I get that one wears pants and one wears trunks, but still and one's 7 foot or whatever, but you know what I mean, especially Elias.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of the women, like at that point the women's landscape of wrestling or whatever you want to say, it could be completely different. We might have Ronda leaving with Becky as champ and Charlotte as champ, and who knows, and NXT call-ups and this and that, and you know what I mean? It could change big time, but is there any women that jump out on the table to you?
You know what? Honestly, not right away. Nobody in particular. Only for the fact of like, I would have said like a Sasha Banks or something maybe, but like just with the whole tag titles, I don't know if they're going to go back and forth anyway. Not to say Sasha is like a guaranteed to have a tag run, but
no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing
like
Sasha over there anyway. Has she ever been on SmackDown?
No, she hasn't.
No, I didn't think so. Or
Bailey.
Yeah, I was gonna say or Bailey. Maybe they could both go, but like you said, I fucking hope they don't. But they're probably gonna win those belts and then be on both shows or whatever the case is. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, even if it was another team, like they could go back and forth too. So I don't really know. And as far as like you said, the women's landscape, we don't even know. I don't even know where that's really going to be at that time as far as titles and everything.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, is there anything else about the shakeup? I know, like I said, I know it was kind of just breaking news. I figured we'd get to it. And like we talked about at the beginning, this is a bit of a different episode. We don't have everybody in studio, and we're kind of just making sure we get some kind of roundtable out for anybody who's listening.
Oh, well, another thing, I guess, and I'm only saying this right now as we speak at this date and time.
Yeah.
It just feels maybe a little lackluster this time around due to the fact that, I mean, the last one, you know, I think people like thought a lot of things and didn't get those things. And I also think that now that we have both brands on every pay-per-view together, I feel like everyone's kind of always together anyway, only to me. Like, and I know that we get Raw and SmackDown and we don't really see that, but
they don't,
I feel like everyone's always in the same umbrella anyway.
Because of the fact that they're on the same pay-per-view?
Yeah, they feel closer than they did when they were separate to me.
Well, of course. I mean, that yeah. I can't disagree with, but that they're going to feel closer no matter what because they weren't ever together last year or whatever it was, but there was too many pay-per-views when they did that. I don't know. I think I kind of lost my train of thought here, but I think having them on the same show but not interacting backstage is okay.
Mm.
To me, like, because I don't ever see, like we talked about, we wanted to see at Royal Rumble, maybe the two champions cross paths backstage. Like, call back to a JBL Triple H segment from 2004. But we don't get anything like that backstage. I mean, we have had Becky jumping over to Raw a lot lately on the show, I guess after winning the Rumble. But I don't know. I mean, obviously you can see it however, if that's how you see it, that's how you see it. For me, they do seem pretty segregated. And I was thinking about it today as I was driving for work. It's actually changed a lot for me since 2015, because when I first jumped back in, everybody was everywhere and it was pretty just open. The logos were different. I was thinking about how much kind of the show has changed in the last 4 years, and it's more than it looks when you sit down and watch it every week. When you step back and look at the changes that we've gotten, it's come a long way. The wrestlers, the way the show is, put on TV. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm saying this is high quality, perfect, awesome entertainment or anything, but it's just, I think it has gotten better, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that's, I mean, maybe if they could, like, it's not that I want a pay-per-view, those jumble of pay-per-views again, but maybe if they could go back to that format just with less pay-per-views, you know what I mean? Kind of like it was in, what was it, fucking 04 or 03 or whatever?
Yeah,
that
was,
Triple H on Raw and JBL or whoever on, or Brock or whatever, right?
At that time, and I've talked about this on past, I think it was roundtables, but at that time they were doing, SmackDown had a pay-per-view, and then the next month it would be Raw pay-per-view, and then the following month would be a SmackDown pay-per-view, and then the next one, it would be a back and forth thing. It wasn't like we were getting everybody like last year where it was 2 pay-per-views a month, which was just too much. And then now where, like you said, it still feels very segregated because everybody's on the same show together. Mm-hmm. So I'm still excited for the Superstar shakeup. We'll see we're going to talk about it a lot more in the coming weeks as we get closer to it and people that we start to think. I'm sure I'll be taking notes of that. But I just figured, like I said, since it was so breaking news happening literally, I think it happened 20 minutes before we hit record. So I figured we'd bring it up. Like I said, it did that commercial did air in Canada, but we obviously missed it and didn't know, and WWE themselves confirmed it now, so it is official. Yeah. We are, like I said, I didn't want to go kind of as long because we just got the phone call and everything going. We won't go into Raw and SmackDown like we typically do, if that's all right with you.
Yeah. No, that's cool with me.
But I do want to get your thoughts on one or I guess both Becky Lynch segments that we had this week to open the show. Stone Cold Becky Lynch, as I like to say on Twitter. But
that's all you.
That's all me, eh? Man, it's the perception, bro. It's her being put in the ring with these fucking authority figures and beating them and not giving a shit about it. That's what it is.
Yeah, we can have a Becky conversation as far as my thoughts on that part of it.
That's all I was gonna say. I was more curious about your thoughts on what we got this week with her punching Stephanie out on Raw and getting suspended because she won't see the doctor. What is that about? Like, just go to the fucking doctor. I love Becky. I don't really understand where they're going with this storyline.
Yeah, I feel like they're just trying to steam her up a little before Mania, as far as having her, like interact with the McMahons. I'm sure I'm looking forward to her and Vince. I feel like that's just the next.
I would imagine so, especially because we've seen Vince lately. It's not like
Vince... it'd be great though. If you want to really get me into it, bro, get her to knock out Linda. Okay.
Linda's busy, man.
Fuck Vince. Fuck no.
She's busy at the White House now, bro.
Let her show up at the White House. Okay, let's do that. If you want me to pop, you want to get me into this shit, let's do that. I want Becky and Linda. That's what I want.
I need a sound effect. Not that I have them tonight, but I need a sound effect for Dawn's take, because that's definitely a Dawn take right there. Becky shows up at the White House.
Oh fuck yeah! Come on, do it. Let's do it.
I don't know if WWE wants to get, in
political.
Yeah. Since they've already got the president in their Hall of Fame, I think they'll probably leave it there. And
oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to.
Okay, totally off topic. Give me 2 seconds on this one. It was Capital. There was that Capital Punishment pay-per-view, man, and they had like an Obama, like a guy playing Obama. It was fucking weird.
Backstage? Like an extra?
Like, yeah, and he came out and like he was like acting like he was Obama. Like there was this Obama guy. It was fucking weird as fuck. But well, yeah, we'll look back at it.
Was he talking like Obama?
Yeah, he was trying to. I mean, to
Today,
his ability.
I don't know. I'm not going to try and do an Obama voice. I love Obama. He's awesome. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know fuck all about politics,
but
but the guy can deliver a speech. I'll give you that much. Just Becky Lynch this week. I'm just curious on your thoughts on the whole Becky opening both Raw and SmackDown and beating up the authority figures.
Well, I guess with her and Triple H, it was more of a he was kind of
egging her on.
What was the first part of it? Because I kind of missed the first piece of it. I seen her slap him, but Charlotte was there and too, right? He
came out and basically told her, because she came out just to start the show, but she came out kind of Shield style through the fans, came to the ring. Or no, sorry, Charlotte was out there first. Becky interrupted Charlotte, and then they were screaming at each other very, I mean, I'm not discrediting them. It was just it was childlike. They were kind of bickering back and forth, and then we get Triple H's music, which I miss Time to Play the Game, by the way. I guess we have to see him wrestle to get that music.
Yeah.
So he came out and kind of just walked right up to Becky and was like, "What are you doing here? You're suspended. Why are you here?" And then Charlotte's like jumping behind Triple H. I hated it. I got to be honest. And I like Charlotte, but I didn't like what she was doing because she was just jumping up and down like a little kindergarten kid. Na, like, yeah, get out of here type thing. And I'm like, what is she doing? And then, which is, I don't know, I guess they were trying to irritate me and it worked. But so then Triple H turns around and yells at her, "This has nothing to do with you. You get out of here." And she left. And then she kept talking to Becky, and it was more of the same as Stephanie, which I liked the intensity by Becky. I like that she's beating up authority figures, but just go to the doctor. WrestleMania is in like 2.5 months. Is she afraid that she's not going to be cleared? Like, shout out again to Don Tony. I think he brought it up this week. Even if she's got a fucking torn ACL, or she'll probably be okay. Maybe not a torn ACL, but you know what I mean? Like, whatever the injury is,
type of minor
if
thing,
she's able to walk to the ring like that, it's got to be okay enough that she'll be okay at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Or she'll be able to get okay by WrestleMania. So that part, I don't understand. To me, it's kind of just like, why don't you just, go to the fucking doctor?
Yeah. Well, no, I guess ultimately, I feel like they're just trying to get the people even more behind her, whether it be adding Charlotte to the mix or having more things to do with Becky's knee, and then just so that when she overcomes the odds, it's like she really had the deck stacked against her type of thing. That's
exactly what I was thinking too. I think they're trying to just stack the deck as much as possible, so when she does achieve the goal, it's that much bigger. But both segments were really good. I don't know. Was there anything else that you wanted to go into from Raw and SmackDown that really jumped out at you? I got some stuff written down. I got Kurt Angle. What's next for him? We can talk about Jeff Jarrett if you want. I don't really want to, but that was something that happened. Quickly, Kurt Angle. Not too quickly, but what's next? What is he doing right now? He came out to kind of address the crowd this week and didn't do much, and then had a match with Strowman against Drew and Baron. I guess they're still doing something with Baron, and Drew's, I guess, in a feud with a Hall of Famer and a superstar in Baron Corbin. But what's going on? Like, is he going to fight at Mania?
I would assume so, yeah. I would assume so.
Well, he was teasing a retirement, but I don't know. I told you, man, I was hoping for fucking Team Angle for the save. When Braun Strowman's music hit, I was disappointed. Not because I don't like Braun. I mean, well, I don't love him, but I just want to get that Team Angle one more time.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Charlie Haas is. He's on that milk carton with a few other guys we've talked about.
Yeah.
Bray and
well, I don't know if he's with Bray. Bray's in the back somewhere. I don't think Charlie Haas is in the back, but Bray's back there hiding in a box or something. I don't know, or they're keeping him in a box.
Hiding in a box.
I don't know.
Yeah, but as far as Kurt Angle's concerned, I mean, I think like he's definitely gonna have a match at Mania or be involved in some. Hopefully they don't just fucking throw him in the Andre or throw him in some random fucking thing. I'd like to see either preferably one-on-one, because we haven't even had a one-on-one. Kurt Angle hasn't had a one-on-one match since he's been back. He's done all these.
Oh no, he has. Just on Raw.
Yeah, but not like a big nice feud and segment.
No, not at all. Definitely not a feud or a pro or a like a you're right, segments and shit on Raw. He's had his one-offs with Drew and one-off with Baron Corbin, but that's, I guess it is what it is. This guy was my favorite wrestler at one point, and I'm just sad. Just a sad wrestling fan to see what they've done. I don't know. I just feel like he should have just gotten. I mean, well, if it was up to me, realistically, this guy should have got the fucking Goldberg treatment when he came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the whatever treatment he's got. I mean, I'd rather have him around the amount of time we've had him instead of the time that Goldberg was there. But to me, like, treat him, maybe not give him a world title run, but give him something. Give him a Mania match. He should have already had a singles Mania match by now if he's been back this long.
Yeah, but then again, like, I guess that one wasn't bad either. Like the tag that he did last year with Ronda, like that was good.
No, and I guess that was potentially match of the night too. And him and Triple H probably carried, I would imagine, the majority of that in the sense of putting it together beforehand. So he definitely did some work there. Whether it was just listening to Triple H or not, but
yeah, I'm really not sure. Maybe him and Drew continue this thing, or maybe let's put it this way: if it's going to be between Kurt Angle singles match with Baron Corbin or Drew, I want Drew. And if it's going to be with him and Corbin, like, I'd rather just not have it.
Of course, I think that's the majority of people.
So yeah, let's. I don't know. Where's fucking Jason Jordan at, man? God damn.
Yeah, he's on the milk carton too, buddy.
Where's Sonny? Where's Sonny boy? Right? Fuck.
Yeah, call the son back. Have a tag team match with your son to close a career, maybe. I don't know.
There's this thing that people don't know. The fans of our show don't know. The listeners of our show don't know that every time I like a wrestler, they mysteriously disappear or get injured. So
well,
I can't pick guys anymore.
Well, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but then what's Jeff Hardy doing? Why is he in the Elimination Chamber on Sunday?
No, but Jeff Hardy, he doesn't count. I'm talking about new guys or current guys doing things that, like Mustafa Ali. God forbid something happens to him. Okay, well that's perfect because that was the other guy that I was going to ask you about. What about his match with Randy Orton and the black guy that he got, and then him kind of being in the 6-man? I know you listened to his interview this week on Chris Jericho's podcast. Yeah, I'm all in with this guy. I like Mustafa Ali. I like. Whoa! I don't know if you can say that, man. That's What, all in? I'm not allowed to. Am I gonna get sued or something? Maybe. I might be going to AEW next. So fuck. You never know. Watch out, because I might not even be here next week. I might be over. You're gonna start up the official AEW podcast. There you go. No, but yeah, Mustafa, right? Yeah. I enjoyed his match with Randy for what it was. You know, being a TV match. So it was put on a nice little match. I'd like to see these two in I could see them in a pay-per-view match. Like I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, to be given more time. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, shout out to him for wrestling with a fucking black eye, and just having a good match. I told you he put up a good fight. You know what I mean? He had that near fall right near the end of the match on Randy, and then Randy hit that really really good RKO. So it wasn't like he went down in 4 minutes and went down, not swinging or not in a good way. He fell okay. You know what I mean? The way he was taking it, the way he lost. So I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to ask you, there was a 6-man pull apart at the end of SmackDown. It was very I guess go home show ish. It felt like we're expecting Elimination Chamber on this Sunday. The way that's what it felt. It gave that kind of vibe to me. Like, what are they going to do next week? This looks like something they would do when the Chamber's on Sunday, with everybody attacking everybody. You know what I mean? Chaos in it with all 6 guys. You're totally right in saying that. Maybe the only way to top it is to do a 6-man tag next week. Oh no! So look out for that, guys. I fucking do that on the dark match, man. Do that for the fans and fucking wherever they are next week after the show goes off the air. But I do not want to see that. I don't want to see these guys tagging with each other and teaming up. All baby faces. Oh, we're friends. We're friends. We're fighting in a fucking steel elimination Playground.
Yeah, I said it too. Shout out to Younger, wherever you are. Hope you're listening, but the Elimination Playground. But yeah, I guess that's it. I just thought that was worth bringing up.
I heard they might be wearing helmets this year too. Actually.
Oh my God, Don. Man, they got to get rid of that padding in there. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, get rid of the fucking padding.
You know, the shape of it's cool and the different camera angles and shit and the lights on the side, whatever. I get it. It's 2019, but it's why bring out the steel structure when you're just gonna put gym mats on it? To me, it makes no fucking sense. But it's been fun, Don. This has been a first time too in the lonely studio all by my lonesome. I gotta turn the heat up too. I couldn't move and I'm fucking freezing over here. But it's been good. I don't know. I guess if you wanna get any last words in, I'll let you go and then I'll do a little outro. Get the Twitters and plugs in or whatever after.
It's been good. I'm anticipating WrestleMania. I keep forgetting there's other pay-per-views.
Buddy, Fastlane, I told you. Fastlane, yes. Be ready. It's a good one. Coming up.
Is that a red light I see? Maybe? A red what is that, a yellow or a red?
You watch,
traffic stop.
Fastlane is going to be better than Mania this year, and you and Younger are going
to... Unless we get Big Dave himself showing up, that's the only way you got me on that.
Oh, man, you shouldn't do that to me. I don't have a Batista sound effect. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, I shouldn't do that to myself either, because I'm just here anticipating a Batista return, which might not happen.
Oh, yeah, let us know in the comments or the DMs if you guys would be interested in a Batista return, because I'm pretty curious if it's just Donovan or if it's the whole wrestling community. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm just curious if this guy is going to be cheered by the fan base if he does come back.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel like your opinion is biased, but it's not that I think it's wrong. I think it's a little bit biased. Whether you were right or wrong, I think you'd be saying yes.
No, well, look how they reacted to him when he came back, and I know it was his hometown. But
yeah, but hometown for
1,000 people were happy to see him.
Man, it was evolution. Like, you know, you got Ric Flair in the ring right beside him.
Okay, let's just say my biasness, I don't think gets in the way. I would put money on the line that he gets a solid reaction.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Donovan's putting the money on the line on a Batista comeback.
Yeah. I'm taking bets, guys. So.
Stay tuned for it. Thanks for coming on
my Twitter. Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good one, and everybody stay classy out there.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, take care.
All right, yeah. So that was pretty cool. Cool to have Donovan back on. Well, I guess back on. I don't know. It was the first time we did that as a two-man. I'm all by my lonesome now again in the studio, getting all nervous to do the outro. But like I said, that was fun. I'm sure it'll happen again, whether it's me and Don, me and Younger. Don and Younger. I'm waiting for that episode. Don and Younger, if you're listening, let me know when it's just going to be you two on the round table. I'm waiting for that one. Even if I just run the levels, you guys can talk. We'll make it work. But until that day comes, we appreciate everybody, like I said at the beginning of the show. We appreciate everybody checking out the roundtables as of late. It's been a lot of fun. We got that special look back coming for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Maybe stay tuned to the Instagram. Special look back coming for you this weekend. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the roundtable. Hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at PWLookback on both of those. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. You can check out the website, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. Head over to Teespring if you want to get a t-shirt, sticker, a mug, anything Pro Wrestling Look Back related. You can get it on there, Pro Wrestling Look Back at Teespring. Well, it's not at Teespring. You know what I mean. Go check it out. And yeah, I think that's it. Check out iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, YouTube. That's where you can hear the show, listen to the show. You can comment. You can give us 5 stars. You can let us know what you think, how we do. That's pretty much everything. If you want, check me out on Twitter as well. I'm Salsa, whatever it is. SCELSA. I guess I should know how to say my own last name, but check it out either way. Let me know what you think of the show and send me comments or concerns or questions even. That would be awesome for the roundtable. Let us know. SCELSA. I'll spell it one more time for you. Check out Donovan as well at JustDon44 and Younger. I don't know why I'm looking. If you guys are listening, I'm looking over to where they would be sitting if they were here. But at ZJVY93 is for Younger. This has been the Roundtable, episode 23. Hope I said that at the beginning. I don't know if I said it at all this show, but it's the Roundtable. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Nick.